Hi everyone, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver, Amy here, and and today we're going to talk about, you know, is there does the Sailor Moon followership have double standards or not? Now, first off, this isn't going out to say that everybody in the Sailor Moon followership has a double standard, but some do, you know. And one of the double standards that some of them tend to follow is they keep to themselves. Now I get it. If you don't know someone and you're not going to have anything to do with them, but it always seems to be that there's some kind of ranking thing, at least in my mind, that on the top are the doll gatherers that have every Sailor Moon thing ever made, and then at the bottom, I guess somewhere in the middle, are the clothing players, the ones that make the clothing and then play as the self that they clothe themselves as. And then at the bottom are like folks like us. And even if there is not a top, middle, and bottom to the Sailor Moon followership, and if there is no, rank or class or whatever you want to call it, sometimes some might feel that way, you know. Now I get it. I don't really think that there is a rank or a class in the Sailor Moon followership. And I don't really believe that the doll gatherers are at the top and the clothing players are in the middle. And then folks like what Dwayne does and others do is like at the bottom, if there is a bottom, you know. Um, but yeah, some of them might be guilty of some double standards. Not all of them, but some of them might need be. Some of them out there might be guilty of gatekeeping. If they feel that you did something in your film, or you may have said something, or your take on Sailor Moon may have not been the same of their take, or Nako Takiguchi's take, or however you say her name or kin name. And then they get irked or angered at you. You know. And yes, Dwayne has gone through some of that double standard and the Sailor Moon followership. Because, yeah, he likes the Deep Glee Sailor Moon. And by liking that's not everyone's beloved offshoot of Sailor Moon. So there were folks that would say things like, "Oh, you besmirch Sailor Moon," because the way that what Dwayne says or does in his films might not be the same thing that happened in the show. Yeah, I did have folks that say that, that somehow I besmirched the Drawling Show in their belief, because what was being said or done in the films, uploads, live streams, and I guess the shorts now, wasn't what had not been said or done in the Drawling Show. Like, kinships might be shifted around a little, I guess would be one of the things. Or bringing in folks, one of the things that made some of them upset over, not all, but some, was when Ernest P. Worrell, or Ernest, came in as Sailor Earth, and there were a lot of folks were open-minded and were for that. God bless them. And then there were those out there that, didn't like it. Some who thought that it was wrong. It was a slight on Nako Takiguchi, she would never go for this. Well, at the end of the day, I forgive those folks for what they said, or forgive them for what they said. If they wanted to believe that, well, they had every right in the world to believe it. That was their right. That was their freedom. Anyway, at the end of the day, it is what it is, That was the only kind of gatekeeping that can happen in a Sailor Moon followership. And need be, it may have happened. So, long time back, Sailor Moon Man made a film talking about why her name is Serena in the Deep Glee world, and someone writes down, "You are slighting my wisdom." Well, first off, Serena, Sailor Moon, was not slighting his or her wisdom at all. In the Deep Glee world, her name's Serena. And in the Deep Glee world, my name is Amy. Not a slight. Anyone who's ever saw the Deep Glee Sailor Moon, or the follow-ups to Pioneer Glee Sailor Moon, knows that that is our names. Now, most likely, there are folks out there who A, never seen the Deep Glee Sailor Moon, or the Pioneer Glee Sailor Moon, or any other offshoot of Sailor Moon beyond the Viz News Sailor Moon, then most likely they're gonna be misled. But no, if it took them a little bit of learning, they would have known that Sailor Moon's name was Serena in the Deep Glee Sailor Moon. So no, not slighting their wisdom at all. The only other time this gatekeeping or double standard came up was when Dwayne was on X. He's still on X to this day as Sailor Moon. And someone wrote down, "Stop saying those names. Say the right names." Well, first off, in the Deep Glee Sailor Moon, those names, those borrowed names from other speeches, are the right names. Alright? And once again, someone who A, never saw the Deep Sailor Moon or Pioneer Sailor Moon, or didn't like it, or the only Sailor Moon they saw with the Viz Sailor Moon, so in their mind, they thought that those were the wrong names. Well, they're not. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. And that not need be the only double standard that the Sailor Moon followership has is gatekeeping. But no way does this mean the followership is bad. But it doesn't make it flawless either, you know. But luckily, Dwayne has never had to deal with folks beyond that, you know. So is there gatekeeping or being gatekeeped in the Sailor Moon followership? I would say yes, there was. Well, that's all the time we got. And if you like this film, let us know what you think about it. You know? And don't forget to watch the film that Tuxedo Mask made, or Evening Wear High Darian made yesterday, talking about why he's always helping Sailor Moon and why folks don't like it. I, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver Amy, and I'll see you later.